Today on 3 Minutes with Third Partners, we're discussing how companies can take meaningful action on the climate crisis. At events like Climate Week in New York City, business leaders talk about mobilizing their companies, employees, supply chains, and entire industries to attack the climate crisis. And that's good because the clock is ticking. The science is clear. The world needs to draw down GHG emissions to nearly zero by 2050, or we'll all face dire consequences. But there's a major problem with how many companies are taking action on climate change, and that problem is carbon offsetting. The easiest form of corporate climate action is also meaningless and can be counterproductive. It'll soon be illegal for companies to promote in their product marketing and advertising. Carbon offsets are everywhere. Your order just shipped with carbon neutral shipping, offset your next flight, offset your next Uber ride, offset anything. Offsets are popular because they require zero changes to business operations. You pay and someone else plants a tree. You pay and a nonprofit restores a damaged mangrove. If it sounds too good to be true, that's because it isn't true. Using offsets as the foundation of your company's climate impact strategy is actually a liability for your business in 3 different ways. First, financial liability. Offsets provide no financial return on investment. They're simply a cost that's going to increase over time. Second, reputational liability. Carbon offsets fail to actually reduce global emissions, and they fail to address the long-term consequences of climate change. So why would you associate your brand with them? Third, regulatory risk. The law agrees. The EU is actually making carbon neutral, eco, net zero, and similar claims illegal if those claims are backed by the use of carbon offsets. In the US, the FTC Green Guides already require companies to back up their carbon-related claims with verifiable data, and most carbon offsets can't provide this. So what can companies actually do? We'll leave you with a framework that you can use to evaluate potential carbon abatement measures that might be right for your company. We look at 3 factors: accessibility, impact, and return on investment. Energy efficiency, supply chain engagement, and on-site renewable energy are at the top of our list. For most organizations, these solutions are highly accessible, have a meaningful environmental impact, and they carry a positive long-term ROI. Solutions with the next highest impact for most businesses include fuel switching, product and service innovation, and different forms of off-site renewable energy procurement. Depends on the size of your company, your industry you're in, and your level of maturity with sustainability and ESG implementation. At the bottom of our list are niche solutions like forestry and land-based offsets. These are really prevalent, but they have a questionable environmental impact unless your business is directly engaged in farming, food, or agricultural production. Similarly, direct air capture is a buzzy solution, has a growing number of pilot projects, but most instances of that tech are about helping fossil fuel companies extract more oil and gas from the ground, so it's not something we would advise most companies to align with today. To bring it back to where we started, offsets are not a legitimate or business-friendly climate solution. So what can your company do instead? Get in touch with our experts. We care deeply about helping you access legitimate solutions that have a positive financial and environmental return on investment.